Hello, everybody. Today we have Evangeline McCray. Am I saying Evangeline correct?
Well, it's pronounced Evangeline, but that's
Oh, Evangeline. Okay, just like it looks.
okay.
And I just want to let you know that she is a newcomer to the world of songwriting officially, but always a songwriter at heart, right? Am I correct?
That's correct.
Yes. So I have a question. Let's go back to the history. Like when people write songs, usually they started at some point in their life where they wrote poems and then they wrote like they noticed they were a good letter writer. You know, at what point in your life, like, do you think you started realizing your gift of writing?
Well, I was 17 when I decided that being a writer was going to be another profession of mine, but music has always been in my family. I recall
Really?
my yeah, I recall my father having a organ in the home, and he learned to play one note, and my mother played one note. So, and we've always listened to like my mother, Mahalia Jackson and Shirley Caesar, and was like a James Brown person. And I recall when we went to James Brown's show, and I'll never forget
Really?
that. And I was small, but
Wow.
yeah.
Who they
I
say they were dragging you to the concert?
yeah.
But you know what's crazy is back then when James Brown was performing and it was entertainment, it probably was more of a family thing. Like now we wouldn't think of taking our little kids to a concert. We'd be like, this is for grown folks. But
Yeah.
back then, because the lyrics weren't, either it was about the blues or it was upbeat, and it
Yeah.
was just dance music and
Right.
just the little kids jumping around dancing. Because when they even show videos of when he was younger, just dancing, Michael Jackson, the Jacksons, younger, because the lyrics. And over the years, the lyrics have got to the point where we like, you can't even ride in a car. You like, no, you turn in the station. Sometimes you in the car by yourself and you looking around to see
Yeah.
if anybody hear you hearing listening to stuff. So that's why I asked you about that. Do you remember the very first song that you wrote?
Well, I do. It was a had to do with my parents, but it was on a country road in Alabama, and I was on a school bus and I wrote it, but I haven't done anything with that one. But yeah, that was the first song that I wrote when I was 17. I knew then.
Wow. Are both your parents still alive?
Yes, they're both still alive. As a matter
Do
of
you
fact,
think
I
that has
called.
to do with why you haven't wrote why you haven't put it out? Do you think that has anything to do with you not putting it out there?
Oh, because of my parents. Oh no, because I started writing different things, and then I started writing more about my feelings and my emotions, and so that's what Golden Eyes is about.
Okay. So when you were writing, not right now, she has a song. It's going to be a hit. Like y'all might not realize it right now. And LMA had a song called Boot Up, and that song was out for 3 years before the world caught on to it and started listening to it, and it became number one. It was already 3 years old, floating around the universe. And then one day, I don't know what one person that had that influence put it out there, and then it was all the way up from there.
The same thing happened to with Seal too. It's a song called "A Kiss on the Road," "A Kiss on the Grave" or the Rose.
I
I
think
forget.
that's it. I know it was a kid somewhere.
Yeah, right. But now it's playing in the movies, Batman movies. You know what I mean? Only
Yeah,
one person took note, and see where he is now.
yeah. So Golden Eyes, tell us about how this came about, because the creative process and hearing the minds of creators is always something I'm fascinated with.
Well, when I first thought of it, I was, believe it or not, I was at the Atlanta airport, and I was sitting down on the bench, uh, filling out an application, looking for a job. And then this guy came towards me, and he was light skinned with hazel eyes, and sat beside me and opened up the newspaper, and my mind just went there.
Wow. And you just
Mhm.
started writing right there.
Uh-huh. And then, as you have meet different people, or you have a relationship, you know, things transpire and enter your mind, and so the rest of the song transpired from there. And thoughts, when me and my husband were dating. So
So do you think that writing is therapy for a lot of writers? Like just to put your thoughts on paper is therapeutic, and also you can process things better?
yes, writing a song for me, it released my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings, and I just put them on paper.
Right. So how were you able to find the singer that you found that sang Golden Eyes for you? Because it's more on a jazz level, right? Is
Yes,
that
my
the
son.
genre that you have it in?
Yes, I had. At first, I was around a lot of people that were doing R&B,
Right.
and then I went to my mentor, Samuel Haygood, and I said, "Can you put a song, put some music to the song," and he was like, "Van, that's jazz. You need to go over to jazz." And once I went to jazz, everything just flowed.
Wow. And I love jazz because it's one thing about the blues, but you're like, oh, I ain't trying to be depressed. But
Mhm.
jazz, everybody like the jazz concert. I think about the Hollywood Bowl Jazz Festival. I'm from Los Angeles, and everybody comes out from all over the place for the jazz festival. Okay. And people just never get enough of it, you know?
I went to a few of the Juneteenth this year, and I like that. But I love jazz, but I like the way Layla Hathaway and Bonnie James infused R&B and jazz together. I love R&B and I love jazz, but I really love the way they infused it together, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
looking, for.
So, who would you say is your favorite singer, artist when it came to jazz, when it comes to R&B? You got to have one for jazz and you got to have one for R&B.
Oh, wow, I have so many,
Okay, we'll say top three.
Well, I love Anita Baker. I love even Aretha Franklin's Franklin songs. Um, and I love Kareem Bailey Ray, even though she hasn't been singing. I haven't heard much of her. I love her.
Right.
Yeah, and
Then
Layla
when we go
Hathaway.
over to the jazz, is it the men on the jazz side that move you, or who and the women or men?
I like all of them. I like Brian Culberson. I like Richard Elliott. I like Bonnie James, and I especially like the song that Bonnie James and Layla Hathaway did together called "Coastin'." When I
Yeah.
heard that song, and I only heard it a month ago, and it was on 91.9, and I was like, "Who's singing it?" I said, "Please, I hope they tell the name of the person who's singing it."
Right.
And when they did, I came home and I've been playing that. I played that song at least 30 times.
Are you
Layla.
serious? Oh, well, I know Miss Layla Hathaway would love to hear about that. You know, we just gonna put it out there. I'm always about putting stuff in the atmosphere. And let me tell you, when it was somebody I wanted to do an interview with, somebody I wanted to just meet or ask a question about, it seemed like within that week, that person was just right in the just to reach out and touch. So I'm a firm believer of putting things out there. And I mean, I'm a firm believer of prayer, and I don't know if that's something we gonna pray about, but I'm just a firm believer about things coming to fruition that you want to have and you desire, because you never know when you collaborate with somebody, it could just mean it could take you out of this world. You know what I mean?
Layla, do you hear that? I hope you hear that.
we gonna tag her on this interview, make sure that she hears it. And believe it or not, they love to hear stuff like that. Artists, they love it because they love when someone is a fan of their craft. What is about her specifically that draws you to her and makes you like, this is a person that I know would get my music?
I just like her. She has like a husky sound, a lightness to her music, and it's just the way she sings. It puts you in that mood, and it takes you to a place.
Right. It does. It does. And that's what I love. I think we were having a conversation before, and I love Elder Barge's Rhythm of the Night because I just can see like all these people dancing around, and it's such an upbeat. In the morning, I'm like, Alexa, set the alarm for 7 a.m. to Bruno Mars. Because something about Bruno, like I just can get up and I'm just in a good mood and I just want to rule the world, Yes. Okay. Now, what's something else I wanted to ask you? You grew up in Opelika, Alabama. Opelika, Alabama. Now, what is
Until
going
the fifth
on
grade.
there? What's
Until the
going
fifth
on?
grade. Pardon? Until the
I said,
fifth grade.
into the fifth grade. Well,
Uh-huh.
what's
And I
going
moved here
on in
too.
Opelika, girl? I have some friends from Opelika.
Oh,
Max
really?
and Sims, Brian and Mike Sims, they're brothers.
Okay.
They moved here, escaping Opelika. No, I'm just like,
Oh, wow.
but they
But you
moved to
know what?
Atlanta. They're really nice, good people, and I know they have come from good stock.
Uh,
So
one
now
thing
when I think of Opelika, I think of good stock.
One thing about Opelika is that you may leave, but you're going to want to go back for that laid back atmosphere, um, the calmness that it brings you. No matter how late you go to bed, you're going to get up early because it's going to be the birds waking you up. Something's going to wake you up, and it's freshness.
And you can't find that out here in Georgia in the suburbs.
Unless you have a lot of tree-lined streets around you and in your yard.
The birds used to wake me up in the morning, but that was at Atlantic Station. So many birds. And then I realized when we were about to move that we had a pecan tree in the
Mhm.
backyard. I never knew until I was going live and people were like, you need to cut that grass. People be so judgmental on social media. But I was like, why are all these birds in my yard? And then I picked up a branch and it was filled with pecans. And I'm like,
Um,
I could have been saving all this money. I love pecans. Okay. So, why is writing such an important part of your life besides the tranquility that it brings? Because when we get to a certain point in our lives, we got to figure out how we gonna ride this thing on out in our older years, and what is going to bring us money, but not put too much physically on us because I can't do what I used to do when I was younger. Okay, I can't even. They say the more you they say 40 is the new 30, 50 is the new 40. But as I get older, I see that 9 o'clock is the new midnight. 9 p.m.
well, music is going to always be a part of my life. I mean, because we're always going to go through things, and experience new beginnings, no matter what age we are. And whether you're 5 years old, 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, you're still going to want to listen to music.
Yeah.
Go to like some jazz lounges, and then I'm seeing people in their 70s there. You're still going
Yeah.
to want that in your life.
Have you ever been to the Azure Lounge in
Where?
Kanye? Azure. Azure. I
No,
think
I
they have a
didn't.
jazz night. They used to do it on Sundays. And it's a nice crowd. It's older people. They have good food. It's Black owned. It's like a real mellow atmosphere with real singing, like live singing. Something about live singing is just, I don't know. I love it. I love a place where I can sit and eat and listen to somebody sing live. Now, do you sing, Evangeline?
I'm an alto, and so it's here. And so that's why I needed someone like Linda Boston. to sing the song for me. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Linda Boston, but she's an actress as well as a singer. She's been she's played in Tyler Perry's Oval the first 4 seasons, as
Right.
well as Sparkle with Whitney Houston. So she's an alto too, but she can take her range up higher than mine. And so I'm right here.
Okay. How did you guys meet?
We met at the Radio Award, the backstage,
Okay.
this year, as a matter of fact.
Nice. Now you are with Ascap,
Yes.
and they have an event coming up with women in music,
Oh,
November 16th.
November 16th.
I'm gonna have to email you that information. Lots of women in film in music they're honoring.
Okay.
So I'm sure they sent it out to a lot of their members, but that way you can see people you might want to collab with by who getting the awards.
Right, right.
Yes, well, congratulations on Golden Eyes. Um, I am really glad that you stepped out of the box and went into your passion, and you're turning your passion into some dollars, okay, eventually. And that's the thing about music. You might have to have 3, 4, 5 songs. One of them is gonna hit that mark. So you have to constantly be putting it out, new music. What's next for Evangeline McCray, the songwriter?
What's next is hopefully to be able to collaborate with other writers to help me to push my songs even further, to help me to reach another plateau in the music industry.
Name me 3 more song titles that we can look forward to listening to in the near future, even if they're in your head right now.
Come Here, My Man is one.
Wait, what is it?
Come Here, My Man.
Oh, come here, my man. I thought you said, come get my man.
Oh, no, Come Here, My
Well,
Man.
girl, if you want me to come get him, you don't want him. I don't want him.
I wasn't expecting this, but let's see. We'll just stick with Come Here, My Man.
Come here. What does that mean, though? Come here, my man. Are you saying like, oh, come here, my man? Are you talking about your own man? Come here.
My own man. My own man. I wouldn't be talking about anybody else. But yeah, my own cousin.
Do you call him my man? My man, my man, my man.
Yes, my man, Willis McCray, my man. My husband, my friend.
How long have you guys been married?
10 years. He was married to his first wife, 34 years. She's passed.
I want to hear about her. No, I'm just playing. I'm at it.
Yeah, my first husband, he's passed. So we've been married 10 years now.
A whole decade. That's remarkable. Look, I'm like, I've been divorced way longer than I was married.
Oh,
but
okay.
whoever can do it, honey, I wish them well.
And I have other songs too. I just thought of another one. I like to give you more of my love. You know, that's one. But,
I like to give you more of my love. Okay, I like that. And come here, my man. So you just in love mode.
Yes, I'm a romantic at heart. So most of my songs are love songs. I have a few other songs. Believe it or not, I even have a clean rap song.
Really? Oh, you got a little rap song?
Yeah.
You want to drop a few bars for us, or?
No, I really. When it comes out, then you hear it.
But you don't want to tell us the title? You don't want nobody to steal it?
Not yet.
Because people will hear something, honey, and steal it, okay?
They're run with it.
So, one more thing I wanted to ask you. Did you learn a lot about the business of music when you were like going to put your song out there, where you can see it getting tracked and finding out how to make money off of it? Because so many people, they love making music, they love doing that, but we know the music business is like 90% business first and not so much about talent. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not so much I can't say, I would like to make money off of it, but when I write the song, it's coming from my heart. And so when I first started writing the song, it was about love, and I wanted others to hear it, more so than thinking first about, oh, I can make money off of it. And so,
Right. That's a great attitude to have in the music business, because if you don't love it and you think you're just gonna get rich right quick, like you're not gonna be in it for long, because it is a process. And I tell people, just pretend you're gonna put money out and put money out, and one day this money is gonna all pay off and come back to you. And if you don't go into it with that mindset, then you're just gonna go and find something else to do. You really have to love music and write being a passion. Like, passion takes patience, in my opinion. You got to have patience along with the passion before it turns into profit. I need to make that a whole t-shirt. Passion plus patience equals profit. Yes, it was so good to talk to you today. And we're going to keep pushing Golden Eyes. Everybody go download it. Go to her YouTube page, first of all, and like and subscribe so she can get her numbers up, because everything is a numbers game. And then go to all your streaming platforms and Golden Eyes. Now, does it say by Evangeline McCray?
yes,
Or you got an alias out there?
it says Golden Eyes with an S by Evangeline McCray. And you'll know that you have the correct song because you'll see my face, a picture of me sitting at the desk. So
I love that.
I'm on iTunes, Apple Music, Pandora, all platforms.
Yes, all platforms, you guys. So let's help make a star. We star makers over here. That's what we do. Thank you so much for your time, and we are gonna roll on out. All right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.